Hey guys. So today I'm going to kind of go over really quickly the interface and the uses of Camtasia, some of the special features that make it, in my opinion, a really great tool to create video content. Now, video content can be used in different facets in your classroom. I often use it to go over specific activities so that the students can kind of go at their own pace as they do independent work, but it can also be used to review things, to provide additional resources. Right? It kind of doesn't have a limit. So right now it's a bit of an inception kind of thing. I'm showing you a Camtasia video as I'm recording a Camtasia video, but this is one I recorded for my classroom. It's the example I showed a few minutes ago. And in this, you can kind of see the interface of Camtasia. So in the main part, you have the screen I recorded as I was recording. On the side here, I have something called a media bin. It just shows me what kind of media I have. Right now I have an audio sound I downloaded online. That's that intro that I created. So if I scrub through the video, I can kind of see, right, that graphic design thing I found out online for free. The sound I also found online for free. You can just download it, drag it right into the document, and really add quite a few different elements. So if you found another video online that you wanted to clip from, you can also take that in here as well. You also have the screen recordings. To record a screen right here, you can hit the button record. Right now I'm live recording. The reason why you see my face is because I chose the option to take my face in the screen. When I taught during COVID, I always had my face in the videos just so a student can kind of see a face. But when I record most of the time for class, if you're seeing me, I won't have the video on my face. It'll just be my voiceover and then the screen of whatever program I'm using. Another thing I like about this is that there's quite a few things you can do to your video. You don't have to just record yourself. You can annotate, you can animate, you can do quite a few different things. So if I scrub through this down here, I see my audio file. I can clip things. So one of the recommendations I made is, like, if you make a mistake, pause, because I'm going to zoom in onto the timeline a bit and kind of scroll through. You can kind of see your audio dip, and if you have a long pause, it'll show up. Like right here, I paused for a while. And that would allow me to kind of clip this out. If I didn't want to waste time, I could kind of pull these little sliders. You can right click and ripple, delete range. It'll just kind of cut it out. So it allows you to cut out the extra things that you might not need. You know, when you record a video, sometimes you say a lot, or you pause because you forgot a talking point. So that helps as I say right? Another thing you can do is, let's say I want someone to be able to see specifically on my screen what part I'm focusing on. I can add annotations like an arrow, right, which is really helpful because in the entire screen it can still be difficult to kind of make out what you want the students to look at. Another thing I do quite often that is really helpful is if you're using keyboard shortcuts, this is another opportunity to kind of focus that in, show it on the screen so students could be repeated, right, what the keyboard shortcuts are, right, and that's an option here as well. So I have Command C up here. These are all housed on the left-hand side. So you have like gesture effects, visual effects, if you want to add a little extra something. You have the ability to add quizzes, specific parts of the video if that's what you like. I like the audio effects because right now I don't have a mic set on. Most of the time I do. It allows me to remove any additional noise. I can also put some captions if I want. I'll show you a workaround that saves time. My favorite thing I think though is the cursor effects, because a lot of times I'm denoting a tool or a location, and if I can put an effect like highlighting my cursor, students are able to understand where to go a little bit more specifically. There's also animations and behaviors where like things come in and out of your screen. I don't get that fancy with it. I really like to just get to the nitty-gritty, but you have so many options. What I also like about this is how you can export this video. For example, when you go up to the top, you can hit share. You have a few options. You can share it straight to your Google Drive. You can have it as a local file, as an MP3 or MP4, but I like to send it to YouTube. And the reason for that is because that's a good workaround for your closed captions. You can manually put in captions here. It does take quite a bit of time. But if you export to YouTube, you set the video to be in English. YouTube has really good closed captioning options. It's not always perfect, but it's pretty darn close. So if students need to hear your video in alternative languages, they can just click the closed caption and then choose a language that's best for them. A lot of times what I do, if I use YouTube, I make sure I provide the link in the slide as well as the actual video so students can easily access it. So obviously I'm a fan of Camtasia. I hope you guys like it, and I hope this was helpful.